where your friends, your not so friendly friends, we call them the frenemies. To join us, that's Maiyegun today. Maiyegun is live. And tonight is going to be the continuation of where we sort of like stopped yesterday or last night. And this is the crisis of the OYO school children abduction and their teachers. It has now snowballed into a national kind of like a protest after the Nigerian Union of Teachers at their national level instructed the public and, the primary and secondary schools who are like public schools in Nigeria to show solidarity by shutting down. I did say something last night, and I said you didn't have to believe me, or you probably didn't even have to agree with me. And this was that the terrorism that Nigeria has been kind of like a suffering in the last decade, and all of the atrocities committed by these terrorists, as well as how those governments have managed to kind of like pamper them over the years. I said, the moment it gets to Yoruba land, and we get to a stage where they started kidnapping school children en masse, or kidnapping people en masse in Yoruba land, two things, either of these two things will happen. It's either it's going to be the time that they will have to take it serious and end this madness once and for all, or it is going to be the beginning of the end of Nigeria. Look at what happened in Oyo State. You can see the rage and how this is kind of like a spreading, as if to say, we are not the same people who witnessed different school abductions, children, including videos on social media where we have seen children in captives of these terrorists. None of these seem to have enriched everyone the way this is kind of like a happening, which is good. The good thing is that something has to kind of like wake people up, and this might be it. I did say as well that how Tinubu's regime handled this will determine if you are going to have elections next year, or if, Nigeria is still probably going to last another decade. I did say something about, like that yesterday, right? So today, many of these schools across Nigeria, including people like the teachers, especially teachers, parents, and others, as well as the Take It Backers, the Take It Back movements, mobilized and participated in this nationwide protest. Children, school children also participated. Now, the conversation has gone to the National Assembly again. It's going to be the first time anyway. It's going to be the second time. It's been like multiple times that these guys have managed to pretend to want to address these problems, right? But nothing ever happened. But this is the one that you are likely going to see that something will happen. Or, yes, the self-destruct button that these guys have pressed for a very long time probably is about to take effect. So tonight, I am going to take us through, what happened across Nigeria, including the individuals' take on the current crisis, because it is a national crisis now. And we believe that the Tinubu's government are doing what they can to make sure that this is not totally out of control. It is building. People are now making demands like if these children are not released by so time, by Friday, then this is going to get a bit bigger and out of hand. Meanwhile, they have no plan of ending any form of a protest. And it's, like I said, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger if the longer the children and their teachers stays in the hands of their captors. So we are going to start tonight from the experiences of people who are now beginning to speak up, even right now. The survivors of these kidnappings in Nigeria, relatives like families and others who have experienced their loved ones being grabbed and then a ransoms being negotiated on their behalf just to buy back their lives, right? Listen to this man This one is one audio grabbed or captured by a relative of this terrorist, like I'm sorry, a relative of the victims of this terrorist, somebody who got captured by them, and he was negotiating for his life in Yoruba land.
Mo ti bí voice note ó yẹ máa sọ̀rọ̀ ṣe máa sọ̀rọ̀ mo ti bí voice note. Gbogbo positive best la gbogbo àwọn táwọn ibà everybody ló ń sáré.
So that's a victim pleading with somebody that I believe is a family member that they should please do everything to raise the ransom money, that he will return them, he will refund them once he is out of this place. He will do everything and pay them back. That they said they were going to kill him the following day if that ransom was not paid. Our people have always been like captured. Okay, here is another person, a relative, sharing our own experience, speaking to someone in captive.
I pray Nigeria will not happen to any of us. This is so sad. God. Please, make sure your loved one are safe over there. This bandit of a thing is a terrible scenario. Please. No, this innocent boy. Yesterday, I got a call from my mom that there was bandit attack at the mountain. That's where she used to worship. This is a mountain I've been to severally before traveling. I used to sleep over for a program, and she was telling me that that the children are having their anniversary tomorrow, and there's this little boy that stays with her. The boy has been with us for years. He's a small boy. He's been staying with us. A few days ago, when I was even sorting out some things, because I used to send things to him, I was like, I kept like his 2 school bag aside. I said, "Oh, I'm sending this to Kola." So she said that they have their anniversary today, and children anniversary, and the children are spending the night over in church. And I said, okay, that bandits came to attack them and they killed 3 people. They went with some people, as at yesterday they were not able to identify those that they were shot and those that they took away. I was so worried. I was concerned. I kept on calling. The network was bad. And last week, I chatted. I still had the chat on my phone. I said, please stop stressing yourself in going to church. I didn't just want to be calling her all the time and telling her things are happening from my own end, that she should stop going to church. I said, pray at home. If God is still God, He will answer my prayers. Only for me to hear this morning that the little boy that stays with my mom was among those that was killed. Oh God. And they went with like 18 people, the pastor wife and maybe one of the pastor's child. Nigeria, our government, this is not fair. God, I pray God heal my country. I pray God heal my mom. I'm sick.
May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to us. It's kind of a prayer that is never really going to be answered, if we are being honest. Because Nigeria situation, right, is what we call the turn by turn Nigeria Limited. The survivors of yesterday, they are the potential victims of today. The survivors of today, they are the potential victims of tomorrow. So we are just waiting for our turn. That you jackpot from Nigeria, it's not going to really save you from any of these outbreaks where you have loved ones, people you care for, you care about. Some will say, oh, he's eating home now. When has it ever not hit home? It said that over 600,000 Nigerians have been killed in 3 years of Tifnumbu. Do you not think those people have family too? It's always been hitting home in the last 10 years. The criminals in power have done their best to desensitize you, sort of. They have made a lot of you grown so cold, indifferent, because if it is not happening to you, or if it hasn't happened to you, maybe they are just exaggerating it. Oh, it's because they hated the person in power. Or it's some political enemies. But when it hit home, or when it kind of affects you, that's the moment some of you will be like, oh, it is now hitting home. Okay, maybe that, let's say, well, now that it has hit home, or is currently hitting home, you're still going to play indifference, like you're still going to pretend this is just some creations of some people to make some people look bad. Just like this idiot. They say she is a gospel singer in Nigeria, a standard idiot.
So many people are saying the prayer they are praying is not working. But believe me, prayers are working. Prayers are working. Don't let anybody use you for political whatever now. The point is we need to pray. From the first person, from the president to the last person in this country, we all need prayers. Every parastatals, every sectors, we all need prayer. Those children there, they are your children. They are my children. Àwọn tó dúró tó wojú Ọlọ́run wà lára àwọn ọmọ tó gbé. Àwọn ọmọ kan, ọmọ mẹ́rin, ọmọ márùn. You can't say that president or the vice president, or they are not doing what they have to do. They are working. You can't say they are not working. Even the security personnel, wọ́n lè ti débẹ̀, wọ́n lè ti gba, wọ́n lè ti súnmọ́ tó síbẹ̀ láti rescue àwọn ọmọ yẹn. Kógùn bò wọ́n lójú kọ́ má rí. That is the place of prayer. Yes. Ká má sọ pé torí pé àwọn children ago, even the fathers, àwọn ọkùnrin, àwọn obìnrin, àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ ẹlòmíì, ìyá ẹlòmíì, ọmọdé ẹlòmíì, bàbá ẹlòmíì, ọmọ ẹlòmíì tó gbé. So don't let anybody say, Kini Koni, don't let anybody control you. Don't let them use you for anything. Because you don't even know the next person that is coming in. You don't know what will happen. But right now, let's pray for our nation, Nigeria, our country, Nigeria. All we have to do is to pray for our country, Nigeria. This time is the time. Every individual in your houses, you need to pray for these children. You need to pray for Nigeria, the soil, the air, the grass. We need to pray for Nigeria. You need to pray for the president to the last person. We all need prayers. Security personnel need prayers. Baba Elomi leniko wonu gbo yen. Yes. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Elomi ojúkọ ẹ̀pọ̀ ojúkọ èrè mi ni sójà tẹ́ni kó wọnú igbó yẹn nù. Àwọn náà ní àdúà. Every parastatals, every section ló ní àdúà ní orílẹ̀-èdè. You can't blame one man that the Lord placed in a position. Oh, lè blame olórí MD doctor fún ìkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀ ní hospital. Oh, lè blame wá sọ pé it's the nurses, it's the clinical. You can't blame them. They can't oversee all.
Nuisance lele.
Now tó ń fà máa òkúta tó wà ń bẹ̀ máa yọ kúrò ń bẹ̀ máa sàbí ìgbà tá bá ń sa ẹ̀wà.
A big time nuisance. So other people, like other actors and the rest of them, they are all making comments, trying to call on government to do something, to whip kind of like emotional, motherly sentiment and the rest of that, until this Mumu crawled from God knows hell hole she crawled out from. They started spewing, oh, don't let anybody deceive you, don't let anybody use you. Meaning, don't join them in doing any protest. And don't blame the president. They need prayer. You need to be praying for them. Pray for what? Pray for them to be able to do their job. Do you think they just gathered people on the streets and gave gun to them and say, you're going to the bush? Oh, that's how daft is. Kind of like reason, but she is a star in Nigeria. She's a gospel singer. You know those ones that sings about God? Praise singers. So they manifest and they pass you the spirits and change things and all of that stuff. Mad people. And that's why they are dragging Yeroboye himself right now. We're going to get to that part. Another ridiculous being who is now throwing his own conspiracy theory into it, or into all of this, is Faoleshe, the Babaladi Ekiti, who is very much the friends to Akaolu. According to him, this Oyo kidnapping probably is even staged just to make Tinubu look bad. He's a former governor in Nigeria.
I want to say to you, when Jonathan was to leave office, the same way he was blackmailed with insecurity, the same way they went to America, they made Obama to carry the placard of Chibok girls. Let me quickly branch to Oyo State, very quickly, by this. I want to say to you, before you get to the president in the hierarchy of leadership and governance, there is local government, there is states. States have security votes. They have people that are supposed to be working. They have Amotekun. They have all sorts of names. When you ask governors now, they will say, we are not chief security officers. That is incorrect. That was why I was giving an example of myself. And I want to say to you, in your state, I have strong belief, I may be wrong, that this sometimes can be orchestrated. The governor of your state had his nomination, the nomination of his candidate in the face of this abduction. He did not take any action. No steps were taken. It was after all those nominations that he went to the family to visit them, that he brought somebody out, started crying, the husband of one of the women. It is sad. I can sometimes believe that this was orchestrated in a way, I'm not saying totally, by the government of Oyo State to blackmail. I want to say to you, when
Shegbo Fayose said he somehow believes that the kidnapping of these school children and teachers in Oyo State, as well as the beheading of that teacher, Mr. Oyedokun, the math teacher that was beheaded, that he believed that it was orchestrated by the governor for your state. Eh? Man. First, he was trying to spin it, say, well, some people did the same thing to Jonathan. Who were the people? Tinubu, Buhari, and the rest of them. Were they not the people? So, if they were those who did the same thing to Jonathan, who are those doing it to Tinubu right now? Eh? He is not wrong, go, in the area of that security votes. I checked it. Sheyi Makinde for your state is receiving over 500 million naira every month as security votes in your state. Every month. I don't know how they spend that, but we understand that you don't expect Amotekun, a be vigilante, without their own guns, shakabula and the rest, pump action, to go after fully armed, like these ones are like war ready, kind of like armed soldiers, the terrorists. So if this money exists, which I believe it does, right? So what they would need then is for Tinubu to let these people carry automatic rifles, not the same, you know what I mean? Or Fadle Shea is not pointing to that. He is therefore dropping the droplet of doubt, you know what I mean? The same blame game, finger pointing. It is his fault. It's him. It was supposed to be him, while people continue to languish and die. His brother responded, by the way, I mean, like replied him.
I beg, make you hear my brother in this video. In fact, shame catch me.
Quickly branch to Oyo State, very quickly, by this. I want to say to you, before you get to the president in the hierarchy of leadership and governance, there is local government, there is states. States have security votes. They have people that are supposed to be working. They have Amotekun. They have all sorts of names. But when you ask governors now, they will say, we are not chief security officers. That is incorrect. That was why I was giving an example of myself. And I want to say to you, in your state, I have strong belief, I may be wrong, that this sometimes can be orchestrated. The governor of your state had his nomination, the nomination of his candidate in the face of this abduction. He did not take any action. No steps were taken. It was after all those nominations that he went to the family to visit them. That he brought somebody out, started crying, the husband of one of the women. It is sad. I can sometimes believe that this was orchestrated in a way, I'm not saying totally, by the government of Oyo State to blackmail President Tinubu in a way. At the same time,
but that will be no.
I beg my brother, what is the sense in this video? 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago, they kidnapped people in my own state, Ekiti State, and you are supporting the governor there. Why didn't you tell the governor of Ekiti that you are collecting security votes? Why can't you protect Ekiti people, my brother? Why? You are losing. People are looking at you like, what is this man turning to, my brother? For crying out loud. How? So you meet people that have been buying in APC states, Borno, Katsina, Samfara, Niger, Kwara. Their governors, they pocket their security votes. My brother Abba, please, if you don't have anything to say, my brother, please stay quiet like any other former governors. It is not by force to be relevant by talking. This is not right. So people that died in Ekiti that were kidnapped, so it's because your bow that you are supporting he's been pocketing the security vote. That's why Abi is the one that buy them. My brother, fear God.
Did you grasp that? On the one hand, they will say people should not politicize this. This issue of insecurity is everybody's responsibility. We should not politicize it. But on the other hand, they are ready to politicize it by telling you that oh, some people are doing this because they didn't want Tinubu to win again. They want to remove Tinubu. That is why they are doing this insecurity. Who are those people? So is that not political? If the people in power claimed that the reason why insecurity increased in Nigeria is because some people want to make the government look bad and lose the election, is that not political? Is that you not telling people not to judge you? Or don't judge us by our failure, okay? Because no matter what we do, some people are always going to cause trouble. They are always going to kill people, and they want you to blame me. I don't want you to blame me that, I don't want you to blame the government. Oh, hang on. Blame the governor. Ask the governor too, not just me. Because I don't want to be the only one that will lose political relevance or lose kind of like a re-election. This is the point. When everybody asks them to really do their job, where most of us out of maybe experience from watching all these war movies, all those SEALs, Navy SEALs and the rest of kind of like those movies, this evacuation, extraction, where people have to deal with terrorists and all of that. So we felt like those in power who actually carried out this kind of like expertise, shouldn't find that too difficult to do in obstructing the advancement of these terrorists, because they are advancing, they are moving. They are in Oyo now. A few months ago, we were all talking about Kwara. Prior to that, we were talking about Plateau State. Prior to that, we were talking about Benue, Taraba, Yobe, Adamawa, Katsina, Kaduna, Borno. We were talking about these places prior. Now we are in Oyo. It's just like that. And from Oyo to Osun to Ondo, Ondo is already surrounded, except if we are just deceiving ourselves. So if somebody like Fayoshe wants to say, oh, your state governor probably orchestrated this to make Tinubu look bad, can we then agree that those APC-controlled states, they were all also orchestrated to make Tinubu look bad? Anyway, I'm going to take you to Ibadan, take you to Abuja, to Rivers, to Bayelsa, to Enugu, even to Abeokuta, and then to Lagos. We're going to go all over the places, right? Where people actually trooped out. Men, women, teachers, parents, the Take It Backers and the rest of them trooped out to continue to warn the government that this is likely going to escalate. Every hour that those children spend in that captivity spells concerns, not just for the people anymore, even for those who probably feels that they are untouchable, those in government. All right? I have seen the videos of those who came out in northern part of Nigeria too. But let's first start with this. From Ibadan. Today's call for bring back our children and teachers in Oyo State.
Africa, teachers, NUT, colleagues, let me say good morning to all of us, and let me appreciate us for our convergence this morning. Let me also let us know that the preparation for our program, that is this peaceful rally, is about to commence. I want to urge us, all our officers that are here already, to continue to urge up our other colleagues that are still on their way. This protest is going simultaneously across all the 36 states in Nigeria, including the Federal Capital Territory. And the objectives are well known to all of us. So like it is happening in other states, in Oyo State here, we are having the solidarity of the Nigerian Labour Congress. But presently, the chairman and his team are attending to a radio program that is keeping him. We are waiting for him. The moment he gets here, we'll move on. To all of us that are here as teachers, let me also inform us that the state chairman and a few number of representatives are equally in the office of the governor of the state on invitation. So we are equally expecting them. But by arrangement, we are not waiting till they come. They will join us whenever they are done. But the moment the energy chairman is here, then we should start to be on our way. So once again, I want to appreciate us as we have come. And I want to urge us to continue to contact our other people that are on the way to make haste so that we can troop out at the same time. In order for us not to...
Thank you very much. This is the day 2 of bring back our children, bring back our teachers, and insecurity in Oyo State. We made a pronouncement yesterday that until those kids are released, until the teachers are released, until there is a stop in insecurity in Oyo State, we won't stop. This is a 7 days action, and this is the second day. And the government should take note when activists, when Take It Back, when comrades, revolution boys come out, when Nigerians say they want to stage a 7 days protest, no day will be left without coming out. We will come out, we will sing, we will vibrate, we will conscientize our people, we will inform them on the state belongs to any of the people in power. If those kids belong to the likes of Baja, Nuhu Ribadu, Makinde, Ogundoyin and others, by now their kids will be out. But because these kids belong to the ordinary, downtrodden Nigerian people, they were coming up to say, yes, they are working. But any work, any action without result yet is a failure. They are failing currently, and we are coming out to hold them to do all things necessary, all things legal, all things, making a country, all things making a state, to get those children out, to get those teachers out, and to ensure that the state and the country is safe. That's why we're outside.
Just go. Yeah. When we say we are not allowing this guy to move, let us say no movement. Yeah. We are all here for the bigger goal. Yeah. And the bigger goal is to ensure that those children and teachers are released. Yeah. Am I making sense? Yeah. Am I speaking well? Yeah. Comrades, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to be united. These people, they don't want us to be united. They want to see where we will be scattered. In fact, they don't want us to be here this morning again. So, comrades, let's be focused. Comrades, when we are making a procession, let us go accordingly. No division. When we say we are blocking the road, we block the road. When we say we are freeing the road, we make it free. So, comrades, Aluta continua. Oyo State must be stable. Stop killing. Oyo State must be stable. Stop killing. Our teachers must be stable. Stop killing. Teachers must be stable. Stop killing. Pupils must be stable. Stop killing. Teachers must be stable. Stop killing. Oyo State must be stable. Stop killing. Oyo State must be stable. Stop killing. Southwest must be stable. Stop killing. Southwest must be stable. Stop terrorism. Ibadan must be stable. Stop killing. Ogbomosho must be stable. Stop killing. Ogbomosho must be stable. Stop abduction. Nigeria must be stable. Stop killing. Teachers are not go to. Stop killing. Teachers are not ratto. Stop killing. Teachers are not ratto. Stop killing. Teachers are not.
That is why we are taking this solidarity walk this morning. So that teachers' lives matter. Enough of being looked down upon. Enough for being downtrodden. Anymore. We want the government to come to our aid. We need them to look into our matter. In fact,
it's too much.
So that's the first part. Okay, I've got them in different kind of like parts, including river states, Ogbomoso as well. Okay, so earlier we had this youth of Ogbomoso meeting with the royal father, you know, and the traditional kind of like a chiefs during their protest, the commencement of their own protest. And they were there to give an ultimatum. If the children are not released by Friday, what's going to happen? If the children are not released by Friday, they are going to block the main kind of like a highway that linked the west of Nigeria to the northern part of Nigeria. That's what they said. That whatever it is that the government is going to do to them, they will be ready to face it. They just wanted their leaders to know that by Friday, if the children are not released, if you are traveling to Abuja, I would advise you to go and pass Kogi or whatever, all those areas, I think. Do not pass Ogbomoso, because there may be a total shutdown and things can really get really, really messy at that point, right? Let's go back to their protested grounds across the country. Here.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Oyo State, the NSC Chairman, President Chairman of Oyo State, and the MTA President Chairman of Oyo State. I am Comrade Akite Babatunde Afeez. President, National Association of Nigerian Students. And today, with the structure of NAS, along with the structure of NAS across the 36 states in the country, we are in our state to advocate for the release of our students that were kidnapped.
Police should go back! Police should go back! Police should go back! Police should go back! Okay. Oh yeah, come. Support us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you.
Ìkànnì a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lè fi wá ṣe nǹkan kan ó ti sú wa àbẹ̀rù yín mọ́ bandits máa gé wa àwọn ọmọ kékèké nínú igbó ayé yìí máa bàjẹ́ ni ẹ̀yìn sọ́ríire Tinubu kò ní dáa fún ẹ ó máa sọ́rí burúkú Rẹ̀mí Tinubu ó ní mọ̀ sí mi wèrè ẹ̀yẹ tó lọ sójú ìjọba olóòní ojú níbẹ̀ kò ní dá fún ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ yìí Tinubu ó ní sí mi ó ní mọ̀ sí mi àwọn ọmọ lọ́wọ́ wà nùgbọ́ àwọn ọmọ tẹ̀sí yìí ó máa pa wọ́n yìí tẹ̀sí yìí ó máa pa wọ́n kájọ mẹ́ta ẹ̀yìn wọn ọ̀ṣọ́ mi ẹ̀sìn pàwọ́ ọmọ àwọn títí wà nùgbọ́ ọmọ wà nùgbọ́
Tinubu must go! Time to go! I bet they never come up professionally. Tinubu must go! Get to Tinubu must go!
Where did I go now? Now go vote. Now come out.
Huh? Let me say ADC put crowd away. Join it. Baba. I want everybody, please. They never see anything. Arise and shine. Now today will be the
Discharging their normal duties as teachers. And these children went to school normally and they didn't come back. And they have not come back up till now. It happens in many other states of the Federation, National and other states, Niger. So we are here to appeal to all the government on behalf of the line of tax, different reporters and teachers, that they should not put marks. Let me use that word. They should not talk about it to persuade the federal government for the immediate unconditional release of our teachers, because this could happen to any other person. We want them to keep our schools safe, so that the teachers will be comfortable going to school, but the school will not be a danger zone for the teachers and the children. That's why we are here. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So what do I start from? Really, teachers are
great.
So teachers are
great. No
controversy. If you can write, you do what?
No teachers.
I was saying it. I was wondering how many of my students have practiced all the.
You're following? So those are teachers, as well as the revolutionaries, others, the take it backers. Get that? So the NUT directive to their teachers across Nigeria, this should be their first day. Okay. Meanwhile, the second day when the protest actually started. All right. So the teachers, and one of the things that some people are pretty much hammering on is that how come people are protesting now? Like, were people not really protesting when other places were attacked? People were protesting too. The reason why this one is going to be the center of all conversation for the next days, weeks, and even months is because the terrorists have now gotten to the epicenter of Nigeria's kind of like a media heartbeat, the western part of Nigeria. It is the commercial capital of Nigeria. And whatever happens to the West, at that point, people can no longer pretend. Do you get what I mean? Even the criminal politicians themselves are about to get into something that I believe is bigger than what they have ever actually faced, any challenges they've ever faced. For you and I, we can easily say, why can't they just try and mobilize the military and cut them off in your state and the blah, blah, blah? You have no idea. Do you see all those news, those stories that you see online where the, what do you call them? The military will be sharing the updates of areas, communities where they either just had this air raid, dropped bombs, right, to blast people off these communities where sometimes they will say, oh, they dropped bombs on innocent people, innocent villagers and the rest of that. Or where you see videos of endless shooting, all this kind of like a shootings, the bomb and all that you see in Borno and all these areas. We are about to witness that in Yoruba land. And the reason is this. To some of us, you might think, oh, these terrorists are still traveling down. Okay? You know, when we say cut them off, the point is they have already surrounded every forest in Yoruba land. I mean, not just forest, communities. My own community, Odo Bolu, is not far from Ijebu-Ode. Do you get what I mean? It is not a village. It is a town. Now, we already have all these new sites that we're building outside the main town. They were still part of the town, but like new sites. The people are already being kind of like, threatened with the presence of these strange Fulani herdsmen. Now, people are getting more kind of like agitated, if you want to kind of see it that way, right? And this is happening in areas that ordinarily you would think maybe they are far off from it. They don't have jungles. No. They are everywhere. So therefore, when they bring this war to Yoruba land, to cleanse them out of Yoruba land would take a kind of like a collective, collaborative sort of like effort. And that is not going to be as easy as they came. On the last count, the Are Onokakanfo, Ibagani Adams, did say 1,748 identified Fulani settlements in Yoruba land. You know, we have 6 states and part of Kwara, part of Kogi, where you have Yorubas. But this one is just within the 6 states of southwest of Nigeria. 1,748 Fulani terrorist camps. They were just like cells. All it's going to take is just to activate them. Before you know it, the same story from the middle belt of Nigeria, northern part of Nigeria, where you have these communities. In fact, those of you who are Yorubas, right? If this is not nip in the bud as soon as possible, you will begin to actually learn so many names of towns and communities in Yoruba land that you probably didn't know they exist. This terrorism will now bring them out. And you begin like, oh, is that also part of Yoruba land? I say, yeah, it's part of Yoruba land. That is somewhere in Ondo State. Oh, that's somewhere in Ogun State. So people rising up right now, before it kind of like it gets totally out of hands, is probably the beginning, right? Again, I'll take you back to their protest again. As it went after Lagos, Abeokuta, Port Harcourt, Enugu, and even Bayelsa and Abuja, as covered here, right? Watch.
Lives and property.
The utmost priority of any government. If we are discussing the matter of security, nothing could have been more important to have taken the governor away from the state secretariat. And if the governor is avoidably absent, the deputy governor is not around. Deputy SSG is not around. The speaker is not around. The deputy speaker is not around. The majority leader in the House of Assembly is not around. And we are saying that the chief of staff is not around. Then it can only mean that we are not as important that we have the organized labor here. We have the organized union of teachers here. I am also a teacher myself. What we are told, we are happy that the head of service mentioned Abeokuta Grammar School. For some of us who attended that school, the spirit of what we are told, the spirit of Razon Kuti, who founded the NUT, is a spirit of no going back. The spirit of Fumilayo Razon Kuti, who contributed to the development of NUT, is the spirit of no going back. The spirit.
So the invocation of the spirits of the old looters is beginning to come to play as well. Okay. So they were at the government house where they shuttered the door or the gate at them, and they had to kind of like a break-in, only to meet the absence of the supposed government representatives. So to them, the protest surely continues. You know, one beautiful one that I also witnessed is that of the children, school children in Bayelsa State, where they also sent their own solidarity message. I mean, they are not different from the children that are currently in that hands of this terrorist, of course, right? So I'll share that with you. Then we're going to go back again to the protester ground. It was a very long day, and it's probably going to be a long night too, right? So if you are still watching, remember, you can take a break, okay, to like this broadcast, share it, maybe refill the your cup of coffee as well, or make a new cup of tea, or just kind of stretch, right? It is going to be a long night or a long evening. The Bayelsa kids, that also caught my attention briefly. 16 days ago, 46 school children and their teachers were taken from a local government area, from a school, a Baptist school, in a local government area called Orire local government in Oyo State. And within the first 72 hours that they made the public of, that they made the abduction, the public, the math teacher, Mr. Oyedokun, was seen in a video where he was begging for his life, introduced himself. He was tied just like a goat to be slaughtered. Indeed, they slaughtered him. They beheaded him, uploaded this image, this gory image. Few hours after that, no demand was made. Usually, right, when they have this kind of a mass abduction, okay, within the first 24 hours, they usually make their demands and say, oh, they want these millions or that billions. And then the conversation will go on and on until the abductees are released, right? In this instance, no demand is made, nothing. It was more or less like they wanted to send a message in such a way that it actually shocked everyone. But the authority, they didn't really react until after a week. Then the details of this abduction started coming public. Children as young as a year and a half picked up from the crèche, the nursery, is among these victims. And these children, 2 years old, 4, 6, and the oldest, from what we heard, practically probably 15, few teenagers who were also writing their own WAEC, according to the principal. You know, the woman who has kind of like been the face of this whole crisis. All right. And up to this moment, except for the time when the principal came and told us that the terrorists wanted the government to not use force. That was the moment we realized that indeed they've actually found them. You know what I mean? They've made contacts and they threatened to kill them all if any attempt or if any force is used. So up to this moment, brethren, we still don't know what their demands are. And the people are impatient. I mean, whatever the government is doing behind the scene to get rid of this, right? People are not patient. Every hour counts. And as hours turn to days, and days shouldn't turn to weeks. Okay? Let's go back to the protested ground. The last part of it.
You're welcome and good morning. Today,
so today, we are saying whatever they say to us, until we see it decisively on the street, we will not back down. Because when we got here this morning, the same people who could not swiftly deploy security forces to our forest, to our schools, suddenly tens of police officers
on the street. They lock up the gate so that we cannot enter. The gate that we made with our money.
We have nobody to protect us. To sit in their air conditioner office and tell us we are on top of it when we don't see them on the streets like we see ourselves. So we want to say, whatever they will say to us should not discourage us until we see decisive action on the streets. Until we see that the government, if he is not present here, the resources wherever he is to address the press today. If he cannot address the press from wherever he is today, then tomorrow morning we will continue. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight forever.
My name is Oluwatosin. I'm an investigative journalist and a human rights activist from Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. When this incident happened, I traveled down on Ileya Day, last week Wednesday. I went to Ogbomoso, Yawata, Alausa, and Esiele, where the attack happened. I visited all the victims' families, and they all shared their pains. They cried. One of them, a man, was even telling me that his children are 5, that those part of those that were kidnapped. When I visited the Bale of Esiele, the man was crying. He could not even talk. If you go and check the interview, all he was telling me that the government are saying they will bring them out, they will bring them out. This is where I'm going. I spent 14,000 to get to that town. I was on bike. It is not mobile. You can only take back to that town. Now, they told me that they have beheaded a teacher.
Yes.
They killed a teacher while they attacked at the school. I visited that school too. Now, a pure water is a type of pure water is sold for 300 naira in that place. For you to know how wretchedness they are there. But they are contented. They are not complaining. They are not saying government should come. They don't have road. They don't have electricity. They don't have network. Yes. That's why they could not communicate. Police station is not working in that area. That's why they could not communicate with anybody.
What are your demands now, sir?
Our demand now is that the state government, the federal government, anybody, they should get those children released and those teachers. This is the two of the protest. We don't know how they want to do it. We are continuing tomorrow.
Yes.
We are not stopping.
30 days. 30 days consistently. We are starting consistently. We cannot settle for less. Until we tell our children back.
It's okay. Now, I'm going to round up. Seyi Makinde declared for president today. And the next day they attacked them. We are not foolish.
Yes.
We have to do something. Thank you.
Don't pray. Yeah. Fully.
Don't do.
My name is Alex Igbagara from Isoni community, Sagbama local government. Join the nationwide protest with the community primary school Isoni for the release of our kidnapped teachers with our kidnapped students in OYO. I stand as the leader of the protest in Isoni community. Please, federal government, look into the matter and look into the cries of Isoni community students. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you, sir. Ado.
Kids, I have a caller on the line. I don't know if you are still there. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Dr. Agbeje.
How are you?
I'm very well, sir. How are you?
I'm happy. But I'm not happy at all because of what is going on in Nigeria concerning those children. Those children being abducted since May 15. Maiyegun,
sir,
that thing is not good at all. It's not good at all. It's not good at all.
I know.
Now, you can see the difference between abducting. I will tell you what happened in 1991. Maiyegun, 1991 in Nigeria. Okay, the incident occurred along Festa Town Road when these armed robbers, they wanted to change their vehicle, and there's a vehicle coming along them, and then they stopped the vehicle, conveying 2 B-weeks children to school early in the morning, and instantly they killed the driver because the driver refused for them to take the vehicle, but they killed the driver, and eventually they took the vehicle along with the two kids that belong to the big weeks. Yes, correct. God bless you. This happened 1991 in Nigeria. Now, could you believe that within an hour, helicopters, police sirens were moving around everywhere in Nigeria, and about 24 hours later, they now saw the kids along Idiroko in Nigeria. There,
abandoned the vehicle. Did they abandon the car?
No, they dropped the kids there. Right. Yes, they left the kids. This happened in 1991 when the legendary broadcaster Frank Olise was anchoring Newsline, and could you believe after they discovered the kids, the kids' mother even have the guts to come on NTA live all over the world, and now telling everybody that she was glad and happy. She was glad and happy that it was only the driver that was killed. You see. So that means any ordinary citizen in Nigeria, they don't have life. They don't have life. When you do not belong to any of the big wigs in Nigeria. She told everybody, in fact, all over the world. When Frank Olise was interviewing her, she said she was happy and glad that it was only the driver that was killed. That means the driver has no life. The driver that has wife and children and aged mother. You see, see the difference between abducting the kids of the big wigs and the kids of nobody. You see, since May 15th, May 15th, see the difference. See the difference.
Thank you very much.
So, Nigeria is dead already. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Good evening, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Here is what Makinde actually told these protesters that he met with at the government house in Ibadan. He, again, tried to be clever by half, all right? Because a few days ago, he was very much talking about how Tinubu is not letting him probably use the Amotekun to their full potentials, right? But right now, he's more or less saying, this seems to it has become something bigger, right? So we should not politicize it. In fact, the federal government agents, the security guys, have been in Oyo State for the past 2 weeks, doing everything in collaboration with his own men too. That's Seshi, that his own men, they have been working round the clock to get these children and their teachers released. And they strongly believe that they will succeed. But right now that people have already escalated it, and the terrorists themselves are on social media, they are watching all of this, they are seeing it. So it might have made their work difficult. Another excuse. But he assured the people though, right, that they are very much on it, and they promise not to let down. He promised not to let them down. Same old. Here, Makinde.
The leadership of NANS, the president, also NUT and NLC. Let me say this clearly. This is a time of national distress. It is not the time to trade blames. It is not the time to play politics. I am personally distressed. My own father was a primary school teacher. No, he actually taught at Aorodada, less than 15 kilometers to where this incident happened. My father was there 1959, 1960. And if something like this had happened to him, maybe I wouldn't have even been born. So it's not the time for us to say, well, it is the president that should have handled this, it is the governor or the local government. This is the time to pull together as one. We're not dealing with normal human beings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're dealing with people. I mean, just think briefly. How will somebody take a fellow human being and slaughter him? Normal people. And I can only appeal to you, or the students, the workers, the teachers. I can appeal to you to please have trust in your government. We're doing our best. I've had from the federal government security operatives that have been here for the past 2 weeks. They spent their salary here. I've been meeting with them morning, night, and sometimes 3-4 times in a day. We shouldn't provide oxygen to the people that want to see us divided. The response.
Do you get that? The more you guys protest, the more you give these terrorists kind of like a leverage, because you are going to probably, they believe that people will pressure the government, okay, to prioritize rescuing the children without coming after the terrorists, the blah, the blah. I mean, I understand, but this is how it should have been in Nigeria, Sha. Sure you get. Like it should have been like this 10, 12 years ago, when people will hear the news that they have kidnapped their school children in Katsina, in Kaduna, in Zamfara, in Borno, anywhere in any part of Nigeria that they've kidnapped people like that. People were supposed to hit the streets all over the country, demanding that go and get them. Maybe by now, right, we won't even be talking about people being kidnapped and all of these stories that we are dealing with today. But here we are. You know, immediately Sheyi addressed these protesters and all that, including the representatives of NANS at the gathering in Ibadan. I don't know what happened. Another remnants of this same NANS, National Association of Nigerian Students, suddenly mobilized, and they started attacking the protesters in Ibadan. How? I'll show you.
Where gone they come from? Hey! What's happened?
Everybody go UI. No, we're gonna protect that, no. My protect that, no. We're gonna protect the now started on. Police are saying that they have guns over there. Let them handle it. Not be back to be that.
Our business protest,
Why you believe us?
if now we carry gun now, we're going to shoot us. We're going to shoot us. Civilians carry, students carry gun, they shoot us. We are not going to do anything. You have to get. You have to get.
Now let the side scatter.
So they attacked them while the police, probably like powerless as usual, they did nothing. I have a caller on the line just before we go to the next one. The INCASE statement. Hello there.
Maiyegun, how are you today?
Well, I am very well. Adeza, is that you?
Yes.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Thank you, sir. I'm good. Yeah, we keep on talking of insecurity every day in, day out, day in, day out. You see, the people who are giving why all those is not surprising me is that the people that were given the responsibility, understand, to fight the insecurity has turned themselves to become God. In the sense that they are now forgiving the terrorists, rehabilitating the terrorists back to the society. But the family that the terrorists has killed, the remnant that remain, they are in IDP, government has no plan to rehabilitate them. I still watch Musa 3 days ago in Arab's TV, while they were asking about defending the terrorists. He was now trying to categorize those who are forcefully forced into the terrorist camp, those who maybe when they attack a village, now all those ones they are saying, Musa, this is not an excuse. Terrorist is a terrorist. The president of France, the president of what they call it, Putin said,
Russia.
It's the duty of the government to send the terrorists to God. It is the duty of God to forgive. We have constitution in Nigeria that outline the discipline for every offense committed, right?
That's right.
Even in the place we work, they have a booklet that will show you, if you come late, this is what happened to you. If you steal. Now, the army are now violating Nigeria constitution are now rehabilitating terrorists in the name of international law. And nobody should say, we have, despite the we don't have weapons like the other advanced countries. Is it not the same Nigeria that trace Kanu to Kenya and arrested him. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
They stopped coup in Benin Republic recently.
That's right.
Why is it difficult for them to do the things within the geographical area? In this era of technology, that you can stay in your house and know what is happening miles away from you. People that are saying that they want to blackmail Tinubu, it is not something that happens once in a while. It's something that happens on a daily basis.
That's right.
Do you understand? It happens on a daily basis. It's something that happens just once in a while and happens again. This happens every day. The one that you see on the social media are the one that come to social media. Do you understand? That come to the public. There are things that are happening on the daily basis that social media couldn't cover. Do you understand? So I am very happy that Nigerians are waking up. Do you understand? The revolution, you used to say that the action of this government will cause the revolution they are shying away from. You used to say it.
That's right.
That their action, their programs will cause it. And we are getting to that level.
That's right.
Do you know why everybody is teaming up now? From northwest, north, south, middle belt. It's now going around the whole country. Nobody feels to be safe. In your house, you are not safe. In the place of worship, you are not safe. In the school, you are not safe. On the highway, you are not safe. In the market, you are not safe. Do you know, say, even in the time of war, when somebody run into a church or into a place of worship, you don't follow him there.
That's right.
But this one, they are so very,
children are also very much sacred. You do not touch children. But when they begin to touch children and it becomes a norm, that's when they cross the line.
Now, the woman that was talking about God, we should be praying. You see, when people talk, you look at their exposure and their background. Do you understand? A desperate situation calls for a desperate action.
That's right.
Do you understand? If you're talking of the Bible, there are times desperate actions are taken in the Bible. You only read the one that pleases him. You don't read the other ones. About the wicked comment, that drunk I call the minister of FCT. Do you understand? I used to say that the government has no power over the people. The people have power more than the government. You see? He now see that people are rising up now. He now say, well, it has been happening before. It has been happening before. It has been happening, but people did not wake up. It is one particular thing that will trigger people to come outside. And we have gone to that level. Yeah. I'm expecting people from Bonu, the 414, let them pick up their own. Let them start their own. Every other person stand, let's shut the country down for the first time.
Thank you so much.
Finally, let me say this before I go.
Please.
I don't know why Ajero decided to kill NSC in Nigeria. These are an institution that stand with the people in the past. Ajero came as the NSC president. He killed that institution. And I'm sending a message to Nigeria workers to remove that young man from that position. He's not competent, he's not capable. He has destroyed the whole system. Thank you, my brother.
Adeza, thank you so much. You have a good evening, okay? So I have another caller, and we can please try to make our contributions brief, because it seems a lot of people want to actually call in tonight. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir.
General.
Yes, sir.
How
are you?
Baba, well, I'm fine, thank you. See, my name is Friday. What happened is I always would like watching you down, making calls, you get. But because of there's a guy that was provoked yesterday and he was talking, he said, if anything happens to his family, he's going to go after chairman of the stock. I was listening to him. So today I was at work, I was thinking, what would be my contribution? See, my contribution is that, like I said it before in this program, that look, we have to go after ourselves first, which are the enablers of these politicians, these people that they use. For the revolution to start, if there will be an election, they should start making it clear to people that anybody that sells his vote, if they are caught collecting money, they will give you the beating of your life. That after you leave that place, you will not be the same person anymore. Then that message will go to the rest, because this vote buying, people will not stop collecting money. People will not stop it. So definitely, if we start from getting somebody, selling your vote, you will go in for it. You are one of the terrorists. So the only contribution I'm just trying to put to people now, the obedient, the good Nigerians, I don't know how to put it anymore because I'm just like, well, the situation is making everything tense. So anybody caught collecting money for voting, selling your vote.
Those ones, they give the money to redistribute the money.
No, because there will be people that will give. You see the collectors, those people, it's like people steal things and they go to sell it. You see those places that they buy, those buyers should be the people that they will deal with. Yes, because when you now, like in this place, you cannot steal anything you take, you can't sell it. Where do you want to sell it?
That's it.
Nobody will buy it from you because it's stolen goods. So at the end of the day, nobody wants to steal because nobody will buy. So definitely, anybody that sells his vote, they should give him the beating of his life. Don't kill him, but the beating of his life that he will never recover from it anymore. Thank you. God bless.
God bless you too, Baba. Thank you very much for this. So we are meant to hear that of with a wiki, but I kind of like have another caller who is in trying to get through. So let's keep it as short as possible. We still have a lot for tonight, and our time is almost like halfway there. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir. How are you?
Fine. I'm calling from the Gambia.
Yes, sir. How are you doing tonight?
Yeah, good. You see, the issue is this. This demonstration must be sustained at all costs. And at the end of the day, it is not the terrorists we should go after. The terrorists they are not the problem. The problem is the sponsors. Who are the people sponsoring this operation? This is what we should go after. I don't want to waste too much time. When I was in Benin City in those days, about 40 or so years ago, Lawrence Anini was disturbing the state. They went down to the grassroots level and they spotted George Iyamu to be the sponsor of these boys. George Iyamu was executed along with the boys in Benin City.
Wow.
So these boys who adopted the children, they are not the main problem. The main problem is the sponsors. Who are the sponsors? If Bola Tinubu cannot push out the sponsors, may the government fall. Let the government fall. So we go for a new political dispensation. Thank you.
God bless you, sir. I mean, that's quite brief and straight to it. Again, the criminals in charge of Nigeria are taking a piece. I have, over time, said that these guys, this crop of rogues, are the luckiest rogues to occupy political offices in any part of the world. People are not asking for too much. I mean, Nigerians seem to be contented people that are asking for so little. Or else, how do you manage to control 250 million people? Somehow, how did you manage to tame them? Where you gave them no electricity, you gave them no real standard education, you couldn't provide them real up-to-date infrastructure, you couldn't provide them health care. I mean, you can't even protect them. And yet, they are the most prayerful, most contented. When you push them to the wall, they don't turn back. They would rather break into the wall, enter the hole, and yet, the criminal politicians in Nigeria never had any, what they call the recompense, right? For them to just have this, the moment of kind of like, moment where they have to come to their reality and say, man, what are we doing? What exactly are we doing? If these people are so much like controlled or tamed, what is it going to be like the day they bust? Because number one, there is no crash course for these guys on how to handle if Nigerians busts. It hasn't really happened. Not really. For a very long time. And therefore, they believe strongly that, oh, once they bring out their military, once they bring out the police, you shoot tear gas, you kill some of them, everybody will run away, they blah, they blah. So that means they did not even have any crash course on how to handle the bust of a country that have, the people that have seen so much to the point that for them to even peacefully express themselves of how disappointed they are is almost not allowed. And they are not afraid that these people they have tamed, they feel like they have controlled so much, right? What is it going to be like if people burst out in the northern part of Nigeria, in the middle belt part of Nigeria, in the eastern part of Nigeria, and in the western part of Nigeria, all at the same time? But we'll see. So with a week, we met with some of them in Abuja today. They didn't leave without leaving some of his, the usual denigrating kind of comments. Yeah, they have been kidnapping people. Why is it now that people are protesting? Again, trying to point fingers that maybe this is even sponsored. Because that will be their narrative. That's what they're actually going to give money to people to promote on social media and say, what is so special about this or your people? Watch out for the next few days. Because that's how ridiculous it can be. I mean, on the one hand, they want you to believe that they are working to get them out. On the other hand, they are spending money on propaganda to try to change the narrative, to try to convince the people that it is not what it is, and possibly create a different agenda to distract everybody from this. Not the plan to actually solve the problem. This is who they are. Now listen to Wiki.
I don't like politicizing anything that happens. You have said here in FCT that teachers have been kidnapped before. Why was there no protest in the country? It doesn't mean that the teachers in Abuja are not important. You see, I tell people the truth. You have said it here that teachers have been kidnapped in FCT before. Why is it that people never rose up to say, oh, let the teachers in Abuja also be released? So why is this one not particular? We're all concerned. We're all concerned, but let us not politicize issues. That's what I will not support. But we're all concerned about security situation. We're all concerned about how the teachers and students should be released. And we all know, without being biased, that the security system is doing quite a lot to make sure that they curtail the level of insecurity in this country. Again, let us face reality that no government will on this one will say, let there be kidnapping every day. It's not possible. But we know where we children will find ourselves, and we know that this government will do everything possible that will normalcy return. So that's what I have to tell you people. So I have to say it now and let everybody hear me. You said it. You said it. That teachers in Abuja were kidnapped before. Nobody wants to strike. Nobody wants to strike. So what concerns you concerns everybody. What concerns Abuja also concerns everybody. So when it gets to our own, people should also rise to the same occasion.
Teachers, Nigeria teachers! Here with the Honorable Minister of Education. As I have told you earlier on this morning, when we come to present letter, I told you.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
With a wiki. Did you hear what he said? The last thing he said. So that when you get to our turn in Abuja, you people should protest too. Did you hear that? That means Abuja teachers, you will be kidnapped too. I hope people will also protest for you when you are kidnapped. This is what I meant by these guys. They talk anyhow. Who cares? The other day it was Akpabiole who was saying it's just some pockets of attacks that people are being killed, kidnapped from their churches, children, and all that. Now that we have schools, in Yoruba land. Listen to this.
We improve on the area of security, but it has actually improved, except guerrilla warfare here and there, attacks here and there, because in reality, what we see now are insurgents going to areas of soft targets. Imagine schools, going to churches, going to mosques, and those areas that nobody would think. Security agents will not be there. But he has done very well. There is no part of Nigeria to in that direction. And sensitization also. The citizens also need to know that they have to watch out for bad acts in their societies, because they all know it's a very unfortunate situation. But we do know that the president is poised and the security services are poised. So that area will need serious improvement with all of us working together. And then the area.
I'm highly disappointed of Nigerian government because the Nigerian government were highly disappointed in them due to foreseen circumstances. Definitely, I'm one of those people are proving people should die in coronavirus is more better than people should die in hungers. Hunger kills more than coronavirus because some people are less privileged. Due to foreseen circumstances that I said it, some people are less privileged, which they are based on daily pay, which are not even based on salaries. But our government thinks that the lockdown is the best solution to coronavirus, and proving it to an extent and to the levels of alacrity that if someone die in coronavirus, it's more efficient to die in hunger, because some people will be at indoor. There's no a way to make our own life.
Our government is mad, obviously. Here is a caller. Hello. Can you hear me?
Brother.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, brother. In fact, at times when we try to remember what they have for Nigeria, brother, we shall say it's just like because no law for the country anyway. You understand? If the law of the country is working, people like the Wiki, people like Fayoshe, that is play politics with people's life. You understand what I'm saying now? They will be talking like this. It's just because the system, no system is working. No law, nothing. You understand? Just like what Fayoshe said recently in China, that what's it called? He said it was referring to the governor for your state. About he tried to destroy the chance of Tinubu against this, all this kind of nonsense talk that he was talking about. But he also forget that there are also APC states that a similar thing like this is happening too. You forget about that. You understand? So the reason why you see why this boy is talking like this, Tinubu is in their back to back them up, whatever it is they are doing. If not, people like Wike will not be talking like this. He know the way he ruled River State. He know the way he ruled River State. So for the nyash of River State to not happen, so he have to do anything possible to make sure say Tinubu their power. You know what I'm saying? Because if somebody,
they are the ones playing
like
politics,
this,
so they are the ones playing politics with these things. So because they kept saying those who are doing this are doing it to discredit Tinubu, to make him lose.
Yes.
But he will win.
Yes.
Whether they like it or not, he's going to do his second term. What is that?
They try to play that. That second time they are talking about is just for their shit to cover. They know what they are doing. They know that if that system work today, like people like the Mark Papio, even all those, they are fine. They will open all their fire. They know. So, but for that fight to not be open, so they will be talking like this. They will be fighting so that the system will not work. Because if the system did not work, they will be enjoying their life.
I do.
In a sensible country, can you see where ordinary minister? He's ordinary minister. They escort, I say they escort president. Come to UK here. Even the prime minister of UK here, they can't even escort prime minister of UK. They escort
UK.
Is a common UK. So the system is not working. So the system is just for the elite. It's not for the poor. It's not made for the poor to survive.
Fortunately.
So if the poor try to rise, they will do everything possible to bring the poor down. And the most painful thing now, you know, the pain part now, Maiyegun, the pain part now, they say, they don't destroy so many youth that when they give them something, they will fall on it. The youth will start fighting the youth as well. That's what the most painful thing so far. Imagine, look at now, if NAS is now fighting masses. The NAS will stand for the masses.
I'm still so surprised because they were part of the meeting. So what happened? Who are these ones? Who were shooting?
Imagine, have you not said because don't finish? NAS, in those days, when things like this happen, and NAS will go stand and say, something was student up so, and they go fight. Now they are not fighting masses, they are fighting the government. You see what it happens, so? Hey, my brother.
Thank you so much.
Well, yeah, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you,
brother.
Okay?
Thank you for your time, man.
Yes, sir. So, at the National Assembly, this conversation is also very much, well, part. I don't know if it's top of the agenda, right? Here is a lawmaker referencing what happened in Ibadan. So, your state.
The House is deeply disturbed by the barbaric execution of Mr. Michael Oyedokun, a mathematics teacher who was beheaded in captivity by his abductors. A savage act that has shocked the conscience of our nation demands an immediate and decisive response from every arm of government. The House is mindful that as we sit in the comfort of this chamber, mothers in Orire are sleepless, fathers are broken, and children still in the hands of their captors are crying out for a rescue that has yet to come. And that every passing hour of their captivity is an hour of unbearable agony for families who do not know whether their loved ones are alive or dead. The House is deeply disturbed by the barbaric execution.
I was disturbed, of course. And Akpabiole, again, who I don't know what letter he was reading or a speech he prepared himself on the floor of the Senate. He, again, trying to gloss over this. Lebabs. Hey, Baba. Thank you very much. That's really very generous of you and very kind of you. In fact, you remind me of these fellows. I stumbled on my PayPal and I discovered that some of you have actually been reaching out to. So thank you. Like Sharon. Sorry, I said Sharon. Shalom, rather. Then Etina, as well as my own Kalu Okpara. Honestly, I got your messages, okay? As well as Totu. Totu was also on board. Then a lady called Shakira. Everybody, Shashul. So thank you so much for this support. Sorry, one sec. Mister. So now, Akpabiole, he was reading a speech. I have no idea what, maybe it was a letter or a speech, trying to gloss over this tragedy in a way to kind of like gaslight the people from reacting the way they would react, because at the end of the day, some people might kind of like turn this into politics, blah, blah, blah. It is irritating, okay? I know. Well, I wanted to see it too, right? Please.
So my friends and my colleagues, as we resume our work under the mournful shadow of a tragedy that has shaken our nation, the abduction of school children and teachers in Oyo State, this is not merely an attack on innocent citizens. It is an assault on our collective humanity. We mourn because if we cannot protect our children, we imperil our future. We mourn because a nation that cannot guarantee the safety of its teachers weakens the very foundation upon which education rests. As we mourn because for as long as those children remain in captivity, our nation remains captive with them.
Today we grieve the loss of two dedicated educators, Mr. Michael Oyedoku, who died in captivity, and Mr. Adeshan Adeboye, who lost his life during the attack. We also mourn the child whose life was cut short before its promise could be fulfilled. The child, we share the pain of the bereaved families. Their collective loss is our loss. Their sorrow is our sorrow. Their pain is our pain. Yet, even in the midst of grief, we remain hopeful that through the determined efforts of this government and our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our security system, our agencies are doing their best to ensure that those in captivity are rescued safely and reunited with their loved ones. And so I want to commend the security services. If you move in there to wipe out the terrorists, you may end up wiping out the children. And so it might take a while to distinguish the chaff from the grains. So on behalf of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, we extend our deepest condolences to Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and all the bereaved families and Nigerians. In fact, the entire school community in Nigeria, and particularly the government and the good people of Oyo State. I will request, without talking, since we can't discuss security in the open, that we rise in honor of the departed souls, the teacher, our teachers, and the child, and pray that their rescue will come sooner than expected. May we observe a minute silence for the repose of their souls. I want to caution that politicians should not try to take advantage of any tragedy that befalls our nation. Politicians and aspirants must resist that temptation for cheap publicity. Those who kidnap our children, terrorize our communities, murder our innocent citizens, do not distinguish between party, they don't distinguish between faith, neither do they distinguish between ethnic group or affiliation. The assault is directed against Nigeria itself. Therefore, our response must be equal to the challenge. We must stand united, we must stand firm, and we must be resolute in finding solutions.
This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. Since 1992, when I encountered you, I don't think this is the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know. That calls me his friend, and I call him my friend, and calls me my son, and I call him my father. This is not the Ahmed Bola Tinubu I know.
I said, if Ahmed Bola Tinubu fails, hold me responsible. You say?
I say, if Tinubu fails, hold me responsible.
Thank you.
The job people are already angry that this is the worst government.
We have just started.
We must learn a lesson. This man!
You gotta trust man. Hand down. Your eyes will see what your mouth cannot talk.
So today, they are trying to discourage you from talking about it. All right? And when you talk about it, you have to point fingers because they say the buck stops on the table of the president. The buck stops at his desk. Therefore, he's the one who's got the knife and he's also got the beef to cut. So if he's not doing it, And this is lackeys are doing their best to kind of like gaslight you, okay? By saying, we are all supposed to come together. This is the time we are supposed to come together as a country, as a people, against these enemies. Instead of you to be criticizing us that we are not doing our job, we're supposed to come together to do what? That should be the question, right? Okay, I am here. I want the terrorists and their sponsors, right, dealt with, and these killings stopped. I do not have the skills, the training to actually fight them. The government does. People are paid and trained to do this. Provide them the logistics that will make them do it. Give them, I mean, come on. Man up enough that you give this political, you have the political will to really want them out. What do you want us to do? What do you want Nigerians to do that will help you solve this or end these killings that Nigerians are not ready to do? I mean, let's use that kind of like collective kind of sentence like that. Yeah? Is there anybody here that doesn't want these killings to stop? Anybody? I don't think there is any. There is nobody, by the way, that would want Tinubu to fail as a government. Hang on, no. They will want Tinubu to fail as a government, but in order to show that he's failed, they want people to be killed. There is no, I don't think there is any sane person that would actually really want that to be the yardstick of measuring if Tinubu fail or not. You get what I mean? That they want people killed. I don't think there is any sane person ever that exists that supports or wishes that. And wishes are like, as they say if wishes were horses, beggars will ride. That you wish that Tinubu fail, or I want him to fail. It's practically not the context or the reason why he should fail. Whether he's going to succeed or he's going to fail, all that decisions are completely his to make. Not yours, not mine. The moment he grabbed the power, from that moment on, he is responsible for everything that happened under his government. That's how it should be. We need to come together. We need to pray. We need to debla. You're like, what are you talking about? Eh? Hi, hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening to you and all to all the viewers, and thank you for everything that you do.
Brilliant. Thank you so much for calling in, Baba. How you doing?
Yeah, very good. Yourself?
Well, I am.
So this is Olu from Canada.
Yeah, that's the second Olu from Canada.
That's right.
Brilliant, Baba. So everybody can hear you. Go on.
Thank you. So I just want to go straight. My appeal goes to Tinubu and Seyi Makinde. So Tinubu, Seyi Makinde, please. Nobody wants you to. The citizens don't want you to fail. It is very clear. You have said the people want you to fail. Your political enemies want you to fail. But the common man on the street and the family of those who are kidnapped don't want you to fail.
No.
They want you to succeed. They know that you have the resources, the power, and the wherewithal to make sure these people can get released safely to go back to their families, whatever means necessary that you want to use. So please do that. So that's what nobody wants you to feel. You are Mr.
Like whatever people wishes, whatever people does, as long as they are not sabotaging your efforts, the wishes and talks shouldn't dissuade you or by any means even be any reason for why you are kind of feeling like, you know.
That's right. That's right. And there's no sane society where you would expect that this kind of a thing will go on and that you wouldn't expect people to speak out or rise up, or you will want to kick against people protesting, lawful protesting, or get the law enforcement or your thugs to attack innocent protesters. So that shouldn't happen. Otherwise, that will be part of the beginning of the end of your government. This is not Lekki Tollgate or Nemele jail. So you want to make sure that your law enforcement don't hurt people. Go and turn that gun on terrorists out there in the bush, and get those people. You are Mr. Strategist. You just. So and then for Peter, Peter Fayoshe is very, very unfortunate that
like in this
very, very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate because who are the day, Gongon? Who are the day? When you are saying day,
did you not hear that?
Who are the day? So the day. What? So who are the day during Jonathan's time? Who are the day during the present time? I mean, this is just unbelievable, and I mean, as for Wike, me, I'm not surprised. There is, of course, is a lapdog, and he's a lapdog, and is a calculative one at that, because he knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to go for. So whether we like it or not, he is even at this point. Wike, as far as I know, believes that he is using Tinubu to achieve his own aim. So the cat and mouse game between both of them.
We'll see.
So from what I've seen, but and again, you know when the day before when I called you, finally just to kind of make this up, when I called, I said Peter Obi, the people that is bringing into his fold, he should be careful, and when we get to that bridge, you will cross it. But I think at this point, I think I should just say that I hope Peter Obi is also watching your program and listening and observing everything that is happening in that contraption. That if he eventually gets there, hopefully if he gets power in 2027 and is able to get there, when you are forming coalition, you understand, when you are bringing people, that is why I respect Showore. People can say anything of Showore. If he doesn't believe in your idea, he wants to fraternize with you based on principle. At least he made us understand that it's based on principle. That is the kind of person, that is the kind of politician that Nigeria deserves. So those are the kind of politicians. That is the way they treat politics in this part of the world. It should always be based on principle. So that when you bring people like Kwankwanso, when you bring other people into your fold, no matter what agreement you people have signed behind closed door, if the people are not the primary concern,
the center,
is that agreement to be null and void. If the people is not the primary focus, and if the purpose of having an agreement is for somebody to come and enrich himself, enlarge his coast to the detriment of the people, you understand?
I do.
Then that agreement does not hold water. We don't play politics like that in this part of the world. I will give you an example very quickly. I'm based in Canada.
Yeah,
part of the reason why
Ola, we are trying to manage the time, quickly, and I still have a lot to share tonight.
Okay. Maybe next time I'll share that. Okay. Thank you so much for the time, and thank you so much.
God bless you. I appreciate you, man. You have a good one, okay? So here is Omoyele Showore responding to, just like all of you have reacted to with a wiki, Showore's own reactions to them in Abuja this afternoon.
He's a foolish man, and I'm saying that in front of his office. He's lucky that I didn't meet him here when he was saying that rubbish. Revolution now. Yes. How can you say that you should not politicize when he himself is a product of the politics of insecurity himself? So, if he had said that while I was there, I would have told him to his face that you are a foolish man and let him do his worst. But he left before I got here. First place, the same president who deployed forest guards to Oyo State is also prosecuting some forest guards in this Abuja. But ask yourself, what happened to the deployment of the 5,000 CCTV cameras in Politico State that he promised? I watched or I listened to radio and TV today, and they said none has been provided. So when somebody has nothing to offer, they just keep making bogus promises. I mean, how long? Why do you need 1,000 forest guards when you have millions of policemen? Well, I would say thousands of policemen who are idle, fighting protesters. Why don't you just deploy these guys? Look at them, and send them over to Oyo State until they retrieve the kids. You don't let them come back, instead of sending them after teachers and peaceful protesters. You see, if I could have my way, or if I would have my way, anybody who is president of Nigeria at this time should never be allowed to run in any office again based on their failure. If you're a governor of a state like Oyo State, you should not even go near the presidency. You should not collect the form to become president because you have failed already and you should not enjoy any kind of promotion. Whether it's social, political, we do that in the educational sector. If you fail a class, you have to repeat it. You are not promoted to the next class. So it's very sad that people like Makinde and they always give excuses. But ask them what happened to the security fund that they quaff every month, which I'm sure is what he's using for his failed. He's a foolish man, and I'm saying that in front of his office. He's lucky that I didn't.
So there is also the part of Adeboye too. Pastor Adeboye of RCCG, the religious wing of APC, Egbekegbe, has finally kind of like spoken up as well. Like he has been receiving different sort of like punches and badges and all that online of how it was very prominent among those who mobilized Nigerians against insecurity under the Igbe government. An allegation he denied. According to him, he didn't lead any protest against Jonathan. He participated in a protest called by the CAN president, Christian Association of Nigeria's president, CAN. And then he went on to call on the Tinubu government. He said he could only advise him. That people expected him to do so much, but he could only just advise the guys in government. One of the videos that is making the round right now is the message is sent to those who are in charge of the security chiefs, not to Tinubu, but to the security chiefs. He said if they are unable to end this terrorism in Nigeria in 90 days, they should resign. And then maybe just leave the place for Kabepu hands to take over. Now, I'm going to share with you before I take another call, all right? Adeboye's sermon purported to be the message of advice for Kalu.
I've been quite a bit of pressure on me to say something about what is going on in the country and in the world vis-a-vis the statement credited to the President of the United States of America concerning the issue of genocide or no genocide in Nigeria. I am not speaking to the world. I am not speaking even to the Christian body. Why? Because I'm a man under authority. I've told you that a long, long time ago. In Nigeria, there is what is called the Christian Association of Nigeria. And we have a president of the Christian Association of Nigeria. And we are under his authority. Why am I a man under authority? It's because I've discovered from the Bible that a man, no matter his stature, who is not under authority, cannot cast out a demon. They can't. If it's not under authority, and he's saying, demon, go. And it looks to you as if the demon has gone. Well, since I was born, I had carried placards only twice. I have, what do you call it when you go around? You protest or process or whatever. Only 2 times. First time, 1964. As a student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, Enugu campus. I protested, I went on procession because the people who organized the protests are radicals. And if they say we are going on a procession and you don't join them, they come and meet you in your room in the hostel, and God have mercy on you. So, even though I didn't quite agree with what they are protesting about, Nsukka is a bit far from Ifewara. And I went to study, not to have my head broken. So when they said we'll go, I said, yes, here we go. The second time ever was some years ago when the current president at that time said all churches should protest around the streets where their churches are, protesting against killings going on in Nigeria, particularly against Christians. On that day, on the Sunday that he said we should go out, I went out around the Butemeta. It was in the news. If you go into the archive, you see the television people. I think they came specially to cover me. And
Alhamdulillah. 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 Alhamdulillah.
Amen. So what Baba Deboye was saying there simply was that he never participated or organized any protest on his own. And the only time he participated in protests were just twice. Just happened to be, the second one just happened to be under Jonathan. So now he's calling on the security forces and the rest of them to do everything and release the captives, as well as end the killings in Nigeria in 90 days. Looks old, right? Here is a caller. Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello, sir. How are you, Baba?
Good evening, Baba.
Good evening, sir.
Compliment of the season. I think everybody liked this program.
Yeah,
subscribe to
we like over 1,000 of us, and only 300 people have actually liked. So that's a good reminder. Please like it.
Please, if you are enjoying this program, you learn from it, you are getting awareness from it, please and please like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.
Maiyegun, I just jot down my points so that I don't go around like what I did before.
Right.
First of all, I want us, the listener, to get this thing right, and that is. Sorry, Maiyegun, I haven't heard from Princess Balogun for a long time. We haven't heard from her. I hope she's okay.
She's very well. She's mostly just watching and not commenting and all that. But yeah, she's fine. Thank you.
Okay, let's go back to it. I want us to look at this thing that Babangida actually stole Nigeria to Islamic State. And then Buhari came out to work on it, and Tinubu allowed it to happen. And why did I say that he allowed it to happen is that you can see everything that is being done about these terrorist activities all over Nigeria. And the man has given us an answer. He said that he is Buhari and Buhari is him. Just like, let me quote him. He said, I am Buhari and Buhari is me. And I will start from where Buhari stops. So I want us to think about that. So all these terrorist activities going on in Nigeria, as a chief of staff, the commander of the chief of armed forces, and he said nothing about it. At least you see his comment during the Ileya, with the way he's rambling about, talking about how human being was being replaced by an animal. So that means what I want people to know is that this man or all these people around him, including with the wiki, what he's talking about, look at Bajabi Amole, look at the Nuhu Ribadu, and even the defense minister. Look at the way they are. You can see through their body language, they don't even give a hoot. Okay, what is so special about this thing to the extent that they have now surrounded Nigeria? So, like what I'm saying, these are the Islamization agenda. Like what I said earlier, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, during Babangida regime or Buhari regime, I said this farmers' hardest clash is about Islamization and Fulanization of Nigeria. And exactly that is what is
that's still valid. The question some people are asking is that when Buhari was there, all right, it was pretty much like plausible for people to believe that Buhari's body language and the action of the government was to protect the Fulani terrorists, right? But is that kind of line of thoughts or kind of like, is that still valid today when a Yoruba man has been in that power for 3 years? Can we actually still keep believing that Fulanization of Nigeria is still valid when a Yoruba man is president?
Tinubu, am I able to answer your question?
Yeah.
I've already said it before. Tinubu said he is Buhari.
Right.
And Buhari is him. And that he will start from where he stops. So that means it's a written program. It's a format. It's just like a MOU that has to be followed, like a constitution.
Like an operational book. Everybody just have to follow it.
Mind, in their mode of operandi. It's an agreement. Maybe they swear by anything, maybe by Holy Quran or maybe by one.
How is that? I kind of struggle to take that in. As much as I know how evil these people can be, I struggle to believe that somehow this will be the only option available for them to keep power or gain power. That is just by letting these terrorists to run rampage and do what they are doing right now. I find that difficult to actually take in.
Okay, Baba, let me put it this way.
Okay.
You see all this abduction, starvation, and hunting people down, whoever that criticizes them, These are some of the points. These are some of the lights that we have to see. These are the things, because you have to think critically in order to see these people, their actions. Like what we normally say, you said from their action, you'll be able to see what these people, the next thing they are about to do.
Yes.
The moment they deny something, that means it's the truth. Look at the way they are talking. Look at the way they are. Okay, these people that have been abducted since the time of Buhari or time of Jonathan, none of them, or they have not had any solution to it. Okay. So, Baba,
I have a video I'm going to play once you drop now, right? It is the reason why I said I'm not disputing your opinion or your view on this, or from your perspective, you're actually seeing it. No. I'm just trying to say, I have heard people say this, but it is so hard for me that somebody, will take a condition, something like this. That means I will continue the carnage. I will let them I'll pretend I'm fighting them, but I will let them keep running amok in that sense. Tinubu is the first person. Even Buhari, as mad as Buhari was, he never created a ministry for this Fulani terrorist. Tinubu is the one that created a ministry. They have a minister now, right? Tinubu is the one who has now really, for the first time, allocated money for Ruga for these Fulanis. And I'm talking about hundreds of billions of naira in the last 3 years. But yet, the killings continued. Enough that government is aware that they are not just in the forest. They are in Lagos. So that's why I said, how could they know all of this and let it happen? And then we say, it's because probably it's part of the conditions they gave them to hold power. So I find that so hard. And I will share this once you drop in another 2 minutes, please.
Okay, Baba. Okay, I leave it that for everybody to think about it.
You have a very good one, sir. Right?
Then the last one is that, Baba, these people are abducted or kidnapped. Whether they release them or they don't release them, they can never be themselves again for the rest of their life.
I know.
Never. Some have been, those women, even the ages from 3 years old, they will have been raped repeatedly. Just like what that woman said, that man said that her daughter said that even if they release her, she will not be useful to his father.
No.
And that man should. So you can see the level, how they have messed up, the trauma. So all these children that look at the way they torture them, born robber, and they started at their bare back. Look at that small boy, maybe about 1 year old, that they put a stone, tie his head to his back. Okay, when these people come out, how do you think they can be able to live a normal life again? They are traumatized for the rest of their life. No, the other people is that those people that have been kidnapped, some of them, their organs have been taken, killed, or sold into slavery. At the end of the day, what do we have? What do we have? Now people are in trauma. And I was speaking to some people today in Nigeria, and yesterday, they said, brother, in Nigeria, everybody is scared, even to go to the market, to go to the church, to go to mosque. The people doing nobody wants, they are scared. Even I was talking to one of my brother's daughter. I said, you didn't go to school today. She's 14 years old. They said, uncle, what I read on the social media, I can't go because I am even scared to leave home. What is going on around? So you can see this thing in the heart of all these small children, talk less of the adults.
Anyway, thank you so much, Baba.
Nigeria is gone.
We'll keep sharing, and then hopefully people will have the courage to actually really fight back. I will join them when that happens. So, Baba, you have a good evening.
Yes, sir. Yes, Thank you.
Yeah. And what my last caller just said actually even happened today. This was Imota in Ikorodu.
ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lọ́mọ school ẹ lọ káwọn ọmọ yìí o. School àwọn ọmọ mi mo wà o. A ṣe nǹkan o. Ogunlogun bandits o. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ gbogbo ẹ̀yin tẹ́ bá lọ́mọ Ṣàngó ẹ lọ kó wọn o, ẹ lọ kó wọn school o. Ọmọ mi dà. Ó sùn, ẹjí. Ayọ̀. Ẹ wò, kódà a máa palẹ̀ mọ́ ilé gan là ń lọ báyìí.
So it's real. Parents are worried to the point that the rumors of bandits are coming is now becoming the common things in Yoruba land now. Randomly, somebody can just scream, or those false alarms, right? Scream, bandits are coming, and the whole school will just go into a pandemonium, and parents will begin to run straight to the schools to get their children, and that's it for the day. That was Imota and Songo. I have videos from a few other places too. But there is one. Yesterday alone, there were several videos on social media, purportedly to be from Eleko, Lekki area of Lagos State, where these young men and even a lady were captured. They were arrested or apprehended because they found them suspicious, and their suspicion actually paid off when they found, money, weapons, some other dangerous things like even a bullet on them. Even bullets that they were traveling with. So they apprehended them and then handed them over to, I think, the king of the area, who later handed them over to the police. This was Lagos, just so you know.
So they just drove for motor. I want big motor drop them. They don't even know where they go now. This is what we see in this country. This is what we see in this country. See them? You don't see them? Anywhere below face. They don't even know where they are going at this moment.
Don't catch some again. 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 See them, Jesus. See them, Jesus. See them. Jesus, see them, Gonna stay safe, See them inside Korope, ID. See them, that one.
Our bandits, our bandits, to Waleko, Elekola, Kolawa, Eko, Otian, Elsewhere, what to fight on Leko. Yes, so I don't have it to anybody. And why, Misha? Am I one? Am I
And you know something about a failed country? Anyone can fall victim of a jungle justice by what they call the crime of association. Do you get what I mean now? Those guys may just be some young men, right? Traveled probably from northern part of Nigeria, or maybe they were even like living in Lagos themselves or something. I mean, but we have gotten to that moment where the worst is about to happen. I said that yesterday. You know, the way the Yorubas are going to react. I am a Yoruba man, and I do know what I am talking about. Okay? You can call the Yorubas all kind of names you want, but somehow, they have, I mean, you know, historically, they have what can possibly be their hand on the real jugular of Nigeria. Do you get what I mean? That the Yorubas they are just like the rope, sort of, that keeps this fake one Nigeria together. And it is fragile. If something holds it and pulls it, Nigeria will receive a shock that Nigeria may never recover from because of how our people can escalate things historically. One of them is how innocent people and not so innocent people are going to become kind of like a part of the campaign. I mean, they won't likely have everything that it takes from the start, right, to go after the terrorists in the forest. I mean, why some are going after the terrorists in the forest? Fulanis who are living within the city and the rest of them will be safer not to be around the Yoruba land around that time. That's when things get so escalated where, you know, people will become the targets. You look like a northerner, you look like a Fulani, or you are a Fulani, this or that. Things can get that kind of like a bad that fast. That's why I keep hoping that somehow, whatever arrangements Tinubu might have with any of these people, that gives this murderous terrorist this audacity, right, to occupy anywhere or any part of Nigeria without fear. Whatever that arrangement is, it will be around the time for them to break it. Because it will not only just possibly break Tinubu's government, it may break up this Nigeria for them. Totally. Here is a caller. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Baba, how are you?
I'm fine. Good evening from here.
Good evening to you too. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. I just want to chip something in, you know.
Go ahead.
In the morning when I saw this video you just played now, exactly what you said is what came to my mind. You know, Nigeria, we don't need to suffer ourselves. We don't need to shout anymore. Nigeria is coming to an end. You see, this OYO state school children. I think this one is going to is the one that is the thing that's going to end Nigeria.
Well, that is if they are not, if they don't produce these children. I mean, if they don't produce them soon.
Because those ones in the bush now that like I said yesterday, or day before yesterday, those ones in the bush are the real one that wants Islamization. Those ones holding them are the real people for the agenda. You see, but they've made it to all those KK drivers, KK riders, Okada riders among them that believe when they come down to the south, they make more money in riding KK. Nobody disturbs them. They do it peacefully, get their money. Saturday, they went back to their villages. After that, they come back again. They dominate everywhere in the south. Started when you got problem with them, they all just gather. Nothing will happen. They feel at home. All those ones now, some of them that are innocent, they will run away from everywhere they are in the south.
Because you know how Yorubas they do now. Because see, once the OPC and the rest of them begin to spread this kind of, I mean, I don't know if I should call it a propaganda, because that's how it's going to be at the time, right? You begin to see those who are Yorubas, begin to say every Hausa or Fulani, it doesn't even matter, Northerners, they should leave for their own safety. And once that happened, we will expect the North to reciprocate, Abi. They too will say Southerners should leave. Where do you think that we're going to end for everybody if we get to that stage?
That is why I said Nigeria is coming to an end. Maybe it will not get up to 2027 we are talking about. And you see how reluctant the politicians are. They have intels. They have intels. And if you watch them for a few days now, like yesterday and today, all of them that are coming out talking on national TV, they are so quiet. They are cold. If you can listen, you can feel it from Wike. Wike, although his character is always shouting, but you will see his tone is a little bit down. He played it down. And if you see Amabio, although when they are talking, they must bring in that their authoritative character, that they cornered everybody. Like they don't care. Yes, we will still see it at everything, but if you listen to their body language and the tone, they are scared. They are all scared. So the plan is not working. Then I watched this video that when they wanted to throw out Jonathan, that demonstration at Ojota. I see Tinubu as a corny person. I didn't see him as a strategist the way they are calling him. He used all those people. Even if you see Adeboye now, just that he don't want to come out and apologize or admit that he made mistake that time. All he said, he now recognized as a CAN president that it's now under authority. So he can't talk anyhow. He can't lead protests. He's not telling us about 1964, but he was vocal. 2014, he was very, very vocal. He was talking, and Abakare was there. So I see Tinubu using them, and this is the way Tinubu used to play and get his way. But this time around, he's choking him. But he doesn't care. Because he's a mafian. He doesn't care. His age is already there. The highest thing is coming to your mind, he will die. That's all what is coming to his mind now. But he doesn't care what he left behind. Understand? So Nigeria is coming to an end. And this thing will go round now. You see, this thing, it will go round. And people, all the innocent Fulanis, all the innocent Hausa people, all the innocent Southerners that lives at North, their life will be at risk.
That is my own kind of like a worry. Because I understand how things can really, I mean, when I started this series, a few days ago, right? When I started, it's practically like 2 weeks now. When I started this 2 weeks ago, trying to keep repeating and reminding everybody that school children in Oyo State, at the time, it was practically like every other news. But the last 4-5 days changed that. And I understand how things can escalate so quickly Today has gone. Tomorrow is almost here. And when tomorrow comes, we don't know what it's going to be like. Right? Maybe
Those
more states will join. Go on.
I'm not survived. I'm not trying to put just mention anything like. I don't think those children will make it out there. Because those people holding them, they don't care. Those are the real people.
If anything happened to them, do you want me to say this now, right? If anything happened to them, that is going to change this whole conversation again. Oh.
Yes,
I promise you that.
Yes, that is where it's going now. Because if those people did not make it, it's a problem. If they make it, it's a problem. So and when they make it, it depends on the condition the people saw them. You see now people are now looking into the buses now, grabbing people. Very soon it will get to everywhere. So all those things you see
to short roads now, where those who are coming from the north can't get to the south, and things get to that stage. Yeah. I understand, man. Okay.
And now the northerners will join because they are in pains now. It will not be like NSAS, one-sided. So it will be round now. And that time now, we will know who is going to love Nigeria and those that doesn't love Nigeria. All those people that are in the bush, people will match them with what they have. People have those guns, but the government are pedaling it down. So Nigeria is coming to an end if they don't handle it so good. Thank you, Mike. That's all I want to say.
You have a good evening, okay? Thanks a lot. Now, that's another caller. And here is another caller as well. Let's see if we can still get one or two people in after that. I mean, this is the first one. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Air Force One.
Hello. Yes.
Good evening, sir. Let's make it quick, okay? Please.
Yeah, okay. So I don't you see what you said about I think a caller before the last caller that is difficult for you to understand or to swallow that how can he be there, Yoruba man can be there, and we are having the issue.
No, so I said, how is it still convenient for us to have a Yoruba man in charge, and we are still talking about Islamization? You know, it was convenient where Buhari was there to say, okay, all his body languages and the rest of that. Can we say the same for Tinubu? And how disappointing that would be if indeed he is in on it, because it's the same MO. Go on.
See, Baba, my take on this Islamization and colonization is this. I said something yesterday. You see, the center is tired, and it will no longer hold anything again. My fear is this, okay? But it's not a face, it's reality. All right? What happened in Rwanda won't happen in Nigeria. Okay, because
God forbid.
Yes, God forbid. Because they forgotten that we have, according to them, because I don't know that I can't remember the last time they did their census. They said they have 200 million people in a nation. So how do they think in their widest dream that, I don't think about the northern part of Nigeria, okay? But the eastern part and the southern part will fold their hands and accept Islam or allow Fulani
or any other faith at all be forced on them.
Yes. So if they are thinking that, you better go back to bed and sleep, because people will vote. So, but that's not, like I said, that's the reality. It will get to that point. But Tinubu, nobody should be expecting anything from Tinubu now. Tinubu is like them now. Imagine what Wiki just said. Which leader in his right senses will talk in that manner?
That when it is the turn of Abuja teachers so that are kidnapped, we hope they will protest like this for you. Like, I mean, God, man, where did that even come from?
Baba, an elected democratic leader, even appointed during a democratic era, should never, ever talk like that. And that's how they've been talking. I don't care attitude. And it will burn the whole place. It will burn the whole place. This guy will leave, okay? he will leave. And first of all, why did he even get to presidency in the first place? How did Mr. Tinubu get to presidency? How? How? So it's just a matter of time. See that they backtrack, betray their step, and fix stuff.
Or they all get consumed.
Or everybody will face the music. But for the Fulani people, don't try it. Islamization, don't even try it. It's not going to happen.
Thank you so much.
It's not. I don't know about the southern part, but the eastern part, at the southern part, I don't care how many some lunatics in Oshun right there that they are talking. Okay, they can be talking whatever they want to say. But I'm positive that eastern part, southern part will not take any Islamization, no colonization. The only thing that will happen is civil war. They are brewing civil war right now. And everybody's going to drink that beer when it's ready.
Anyway, like we say in Yoruba, the Fulanis, they can cook for the whole country, which they have been doing. And their collaborators, their sponsors in the last 10 years. One thing is very certain. The moment all the ethnic nationalities, the tribes, the clans, the young, the old in Nigeria decides to cook for them. That
will be their end.
Thank you so much, your first one. Enjoy the rest of your evening, okay?
Have a good night, sir. Bye-bye.
Yes, sir. So we are now supposed to round it up. But maybe I should take this last call that we can do for just 2 minutes. Do you think you can use 2 minutes, sir? Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening to you. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good. And you, sir?
Well, very well, Baba. So you have just about 2 minutes. Do you think you can use that?
Okay. My name is Timitope Kalejaye, calling from Calgary.
God bless you, sir. Satemi from Calgary.
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Nice talking to you, sir. Sir, what I observe, I have a quick thing to say briefly, because do you think all this is not from Tinubu? Maybe his agenda. Probably at the end of the day, if doesn't get 2027, they want to cause unnecessary from Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, all these shenanigans. Do you think it's not his plan? All this what is happening right now, because I think it's 2027 that he's not gonna make it.
Maybe if he creates this state of see, that's a difficult one, okay? And if I have to use my own bias to answer that question, I would say it is possible. Because I remember when Bugaje told us that this new entrant into the act of terrorism in Nigeria, the Fulani terrorists, they were imported from Gambia, Senegambia, all these areas, the Sahel, intentionally, because they thought Jonathan was not going to leave power. So therefore, they were going to create a sort of like a guerrilla warfare. And we expect some of these people to get support in northern part of Nigeria. They said it. And there is another video where they had these terrorists, one of these, they call them bandits, by the way, but one of these terrorist leaders, right, was attending peace meeting. And he was talking about how they were brought into Nigeria. And they were brought in during the 2015 elections, only for the government to abandon them. That they promised that they were going to give them lands. They were going to build them schools, communities. They're going to build them hospitals and give them money. But they didn't do any of that. And that's why they had to resort to kidnapping. All these videos are online, Baba. So that's why I'm going to say, well, maybe yes. But again, logically, I would be like, is that not madness if people can go that much to hurt people because their strategy says that's how they can keep power? Isn't that kind of like crazy?
This man is heartless. He can do that. He's very heartless. Very heartless human being I ever seen in my life. This Tinubu regime. It can go ahead. It can do whatever.
Maiyegun, I wish you all the best.
Thank you, sir.
And we are here for you.
Thank you, Baba.
Best of luck. Have a good night, sir.
And you too.
Thank you so much.
Have a great week too, Baba. Thanks a lot. Okay, you have a good one. Now, that is where I think we should wrap it up tonight. It's been a very long evening. All right, it's been a long time we've had this kind of long conversation. So I want to say thank you to every one of us here tonight, and those who are still going to see this video. But just a reminder, okay, if you haven't liked the broadcast, you should now. It is always very helpful when you do that, okay? And I am always grateful for every like you probably gave in that sense, right? Thanks a lot for your time. And please, if you joined us late and you probably want to catch up on what this tonight was really all about, you can rewind this broadcast as well and watch it again, okay? And to the rest of us, thanks a lot. Lababs, others, you all have a good evening or a good night. I will see you again tomorrow. Good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara yìí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun #1. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n ní ràn ó.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o àyè.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ òní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré